Nexus Media Experimentation presents Echoes of the Force, inspired by Star Wars Acolyte. Prologue: The Creation. In the remote depths of the darkened forest of Dagobah, the air is thick with mist and mystery. The sky is ablaze with the crimson light of a blood moon, casting eerie shadows through the dense canopy. Amidst the ancient trees and winding vines stands Varana, a powerful witch cloaked in tattered robes. Her eyes, glowing with a fierce determination, reflect the moonlight as she chants in an ancient tongue. The ground beneath her trembles, and the force around her crackles with raw energy. Varana raises her arms, channeling the dark and light sides of the force, merging them in a delicate balance. With a final echoing incantation, she splits her essence, and two infant girls materialize before her, Asha and Hasa. Their cries pierce the night, harmonizing with the echoes of the forest. Each girl embodies a part of Varana's power, making them two halves of a singular, extraordinary entity. As the moon sets, Varana cradles the twins, whispering a prophecy only she can understand. Chapter 1. The Confrontation. Asha and Hasa, now 12 years old, live hidden from the galaxy in the secluded haven Varana created. The girls are a mirror image of each other, both with flowing dark hair and eyes that seem to hold the secrets of the universe. They spend their days exploring their powers, creating light shows with the Force, and shaping the world around them. "Asha, watch this!" Hasa called out, her voice filled with excitement as she lifted a cluster of rocks into the air with a mere flick of her wrist. "Impressive," Asha replied, smiling. "But can you do this?" With a wave of her hand, Asha spun the rocks into a swirling vortex, sending them dancing around them in intricate patterns. Unbeknownst to them, their immense power had caught the attention of the Jedi Council. Master Orin, a wise and cautious Jedi with graying hair and a calm demeanor, led an expedition to the remote forest. As they approached the haven, the Jedi felt the potent force signatures of the twins, turbulent yet undeniably powerful. "We must proceed with caution," Master Orin warned his companions. "These children are unlike any we have encountered." As they reached the edge of the haven, Varana emerged, her expression a mix of wariness and hope. "You have come for my daughters," she said, her voice a blend of defiance and desperation. "We mean no harm," Master Orin replied, sensing the complexity of her emotions. "We wish to train them, to help them harness their abilities." Varana's eyes flashed with a mixture of relief and fear. "They are my life, my purpose. Promise me you will protect them." Before Master Orin could respond, a misinterpretation of her intentions caused one of the Jedi to raise their lightsaber. Varana, sensing danger, instinctively summoned the Force, appearing hostile in her attempt to protect her daughters. "Stop!" Master Orin shouted, but it was too late. In a tragic moment of miscommunication, he struck Varana down with his lightsaber. Her lifeless body fell to the ground as Asha, witnessing the death of the only mother she knew, screamed in anguish. "No!" Asha cried, her voice echoing through the forest. The ground trembled as she unleashed a devastating wave of force energy, causing trees to splinter and the earth to crack. The Jedi were thrown back, struggling to maintain their footing. Hasa, confused and terrified, reached out to her sister. "Asha, stop, please!" But Asha's grief and rage were uncontrollable. The force of her power created a vortex of destruction, tearing through the haven. Master Orin, realizing the danger, grabbed Hasa and pulled her to safety, shielding her with the force as the world around them collapsed. In the chaos, Asha was buried beneath the debris, presumed dead. Hasa, tears streaming down her face, clung to Master Orin, the weight of loss and confusion heavy on her heart. Chapter 2. Aftermath. The memory of that tragic night still haunts Hasa. Despite being rescued and taken in by the Jedi, she struggles with her training. Her emotions are volatile, her control over the Force tenuous at best. The burden of loss and confusion weighs heavily on her, making it difficult to adhere to the Jedi code. In the serene halls of the Jedi Temple, Hasa meditates, trying to find peace. But the image of her sister and the death of Varana constantly intrudes upon her thoughts. "Focus, Hasa," Master Orin's voice gently chides. "Let go of your anger and fear. They lead to the dark side." "I try, Master," Hasa replies, frustration evident in her voice. "But I cannot forget what happened." "You must find balance within yourself," Master Orin advises. "Only then can you truly understand the Force." Hasa nods, but deep down she feels the weight of unresolved grief. She cannot shake the feeling that part of her is missing, that she is incomplete without her sister. Ultimately, she decides to leave the Order, seeking solace and answers elsewhere, her heart heavy with unresolved emotions. Chapter 3. The Dark Path. Asha, barely surviving the destruction she caused, is found by a former Jedi turned Dark Lord named Darth Malakar. His presence is imposing, his eyes cold and calculating. He senses her raw potential and deep pain and sees an opportunity. "Who are you?" Asha asks, her voice weak and filled with fear. "I am Darth Malakar," he replies, his voice smooth and commanding. "And I can teach you to harness your power, to turn your pain into strength." Desperate and lost, Asha agrees. In the dark, hidden enclave of his citadel, she is trained in the dark arts of the Force. Darth Malakar molds her anger and sorrow into a formidable weapon, transforming her into a powerful Sith apprentice. "Embrace your anger," Malakar instructs, his voice echoing through the dimly lit chamber. "It gives you power." Asha focuses, her eyes burning with intensity, as she channels her rage, lifting a massive stone with the Force and hurling it across the room. The stone shatters against the wall, and a small, satisfied smile tugs at her lips. "Good," Malakar praises. "You are learning quickly. Soon, you will be unstoppable." Asha's heart hardens as she delves deeper into the dark side, her memories of her sister and their past fading into the shadows of her new life. Chapter 4. Secrets Unveiled. Hasa, now a wanderer in the galaxy, delves into ancient ruins and forgotten temples, seeking knowledge and understanding. She encounters remnants of her past and discovers an ancient holocron left by Varana. The recording flickers to life, and Varana's image appears, her voice filled with warmth and sorrow. "My dear daughters," Varana begins, "if you are watching this, it means my time has ended. You must know the truth about your creation. You are two halves of a whole, destined for greatness. But you must find balance within yourselves and each other." Hasa listens, tears streaming down her face as Varana's words resonate with her. She finally understands the depth of their bond and the importance of their destiny. Conflicted and enlightened, Hasa continues her journey, grappling with the weight of this revelation. "I will find you, Asha," she vows, determination burning in her eyes, "and together we will fulfill our destiny." Chapter 5. The Confrontation. Darth Malakar, sensing the time is right, orders Asha to eliminate the Jedi responsible for Varana's death. The two sisters, now young women with vastly different paths, cross paths once again. In a moment of fierce battle, they recognize each other. "Asha!" Hasa whispers, her voice filled with shock and hope. "Hasa!" Asha replies, her eyes cold and distant. "I thought you were dead." "I thought the same about you," Hasa says, tears welling up in her eyes. "But we must stop this. We are meant to be together, not enemies." Asha hesitates, her resolve wavering as memories of their past flood her mind. But Darth Malakar's voice echoes in her head, urging her to strike. "Do not falter!" Malakar commands. "Destroy them!" Asha raises her lightsaber, the red blade humming with lethal intent. Hasa, her own lightsaber ignited, stands ready, her heart torn between hope and fear. Chapter 6. The Revelation. During their confrontation, Asha and Hasa are left alone in a moment of tense quiet. In a cunning twist, Asha deceives Hasa, switching places with her. The Jedi, believing Asha to be Hasa, take her in, while Darth Malakar, thinking Hasa is Asha, continues her dark training. "Asha, we must leave," a Jedi urges, placing a hand on her shoulder. "Of course," Asha replies, masking her true intentions. As she is led away, she glances back at Hasa, a knowing smile playing on her lips. Hasa, now in the clutches of Darth Malakar, struggles to adapt to the dark side's teachings. Her heart is filled with confusion and despair, but she clings to the hope that she can save her sister. "Embrace your power!" Malakar commands. "Only then can you achieve true strength." Hasa nods, but her resolve is shaky. She must find a way to reunite with Asha and restore their bond. Chapter 7. The Realization. Both mentors eventually realize the switch. Master Orin, noticing the darkness in the supposed Hasa, and Darth Malakar, seeing the light in the supposed Asha, are both confounded by the change. They each try to sway their new charges to defeat the other, but the seeds of doubt and confusion have been planted deep within. Master Orin observed Asha closely during her meditation. The serene expression she wore seemed forced, her aura shrouded in an unsettling darkness. "Something is amiss," he mused, his voice barely above a whisper. Asha's eyes flickered open, revealing a glint of dark amusement. "What troubles you, Master?" she asked, her tone deceptively innocent. "You are not who you claim to be, are you?" Orin probed, his gaze piercing. Asha smirked, a cold, calculating look in her eyes. "Perhaps not, Master, but the truth will reveal itself in time." Meanwhile, Darth Malakar's frustration grew as he watched Hasa struggle to embrace the dark side. Her reluctance was palpable, her spirit resisting his teachings. "You are not Asha," he growled, his patience wearing thin. "But you will learn, or you will perish." Hasa's heart was heavy with sorrow, but her determination remained unbroken. She knew she had to find a way to reunite with Asha and end this deception. "I will not succumb to your darkness," she declared, her voice resolute. "I will find my sister and restore our bond." Malakar's eyes narrowed. "Foolish girl. You do not understand the power you could wield, but no matter. You will bend to my will." Chapter 8. The Search for Truth. Determined to uncover the truth, Hasa began to delve into the ancient teachings and relics within Malakar's citadel. She spent long hours in the dimly lit archives, poring over texts and holocrons that spoke of balance, the Force, and the nature of duality. One night, while deep in her studies, Hasa discovered a hidden compartment in an old, dusty bookshelf. Inside, she found a holocron with a peculiar symbol she had seen in Varana's recordings. She activated it, and a projection of Varana appeared. "My dear daughters," Varana's voice echoed softly, "if you are seeing this, it means you have faced great trials. Remember, you are two halves of a whole. Only by understanding each other can you find true balance." Hasa's eyes filled with tears. "Asha, I will find you," she whispered, "and together we will fulfill our destiny." Meanwhile, Asha, now among the Jedi, sensed her sister's struggles through the Force. She began to question her own path and the motives behind her actions. In quiet moments, she meditated on their bond, feeling an unspoken connection with Hasa. One day, as Asha trained with Master Orin, She hesitated during a lightsaber duel. Orin seized the moment to press her further. "Asha, what troubles you?" he asked, his tone gentle but firm. Asha lowered her lightsaber, her gaze distant. "I feel my sister's presence, her pain. We are connected in ways I cannot fully understand." Orin nodded thoughtfully. "The Force binds all things, Asha. Your bond with Hasa is unique and powerful. Perhaps it is time you sought the truth together." Chapter 9. The Reunion. Driven by their mutual longing for answers, Asha and Hasa each embarked on a journey to find one another. Asha, with the reluctant blessing of Master Orin, left the Jedi Temple to seek her sister. Hasa, guided by the words of their mother, began to devise a plan to escape Malakar's grasp. Their paths converged on a desolate moon, a place of ancient ruins and forgotten secrets. As Asha approached the ruins, she felt a powerful surge in the Force, a resonance that drew her closer. "Asha!" Hasa's voice called out from the shadows. "Is it really you?" Asha's heart pounded as she stepped into the moonlight. "Hasa," she breathed, tears welling in her eyes. "I've missed you so much." The sisters embraced, their connection reigniting with an intensity that left them both breathless. For a moment, time seemed to stand still as they held each other, finding solace in their reunion. But the moment was shattered by the arrival of Darth Malakar, his presence a dark cloud on the horizon. "You cannot escape me," he snarled, igniting his crimson lightsaber. "You both belong to the dark side." Asha and Hasa stood side by side, their lightsabers igniting in unison. "We are stronger together," Hasa declared, her voice filled with determination. "And we will not be controlled by you." Malakar's eyes burned with rage. "Then you will die together," he hissed, launching himself at them with a flurry of attacks. The battle was fierce and relentless. Asha and Hasa fought with a synchrony born of their shared bond, their movements fluid and harmonious. They parried Malakar's strikes, their lightsabers flashing in the dim light of the moon. Chapter 10. The Final Showdown. As the duel raged on, the ground trembled beneath their feet, the air crackling with the intensity of their conflict. Malakar's power was immense, but Asha and Hasa's combined strength began to tip the balance. "You cannot defeat us!" Asha shouted, her voice carrying the weight of her resolve. "We are two halves of a whole, and together we are unstoppable." Malakar's attacks grew more desperate, his control slipping as his frustration mounted. "You are nothing without me!" he bellowed, his strikes wild and unfocused. Seizing the opportunity, Hasa used the Force to create a barrier, momentarily holding Malakar at bay. "Asha, now!" she cried. Asha nodded, channeling all her energy into a powerful blast of Force lightning. The energy crackled and surged, striking Malakar with unrelenting fury. He screamed in agony as the lightning overwhelmed him, his body convulsing before collapsing to the ground. Breathing heavily, Asha and Hasa lowered their lightsabers, their eyes meeting in a moment of shared triumph. "It's over," Asha whispered, relief washing over her. Hasa nodded, but her expression remained serious. "We still have much to do, Asha. The galaxy needs to know the truth about us, about our power." Chapter 11. The Legacy. With Malakar defeated, Asha and Hasa set out to uncover the secrets of their past and their destiny. They traveled to ancient temples, consulted with wise sages, and studied the holocrons left by their mother. Their journey took them to the heart of the galaxy, where they confronted both Jedi and Sith, challenging the established order and forging a new path for themselves. They became legends, their names whispered in awe and fear across the stars. One day, they stood atop a mountain, gazing at the horizon as the sun set. Do you think we'll ever find true peace? Asha asked, her voice soft. Hasa smiled, placing a hand on her sister's shoulder. As long as we have each other, we can face anything. Our bond is our strength, and together we can bring balance to the Force. Epilogue: The Twins' Legacy. Years later, whispers of two powerful witches with unmatched Force abilities spread across the galaxy. Some say they bring balance, others claim they are harbingers of chaos. The truth remains a mystery, leaving the galaxy to wonder. What is the true nature of the twins created by the witch? A group of young Force sensitives gathered around a fire, listening to the tales of Asha and Hasa. They say they disappeared into the stars, always watching over us, one of them said, eyes wide with wonder. Another nodded. Maybe one day, they'll return to guide us. The stories of Asha and Hasa lived on, inspiring future generations to seek balance within themselves and the Force. Their legacy, a testament to the power of unity and the enduring bond of family, echoed through the ages. This has been a production of Nexus Media Experimentation. We hope you enjoy it, and thank you for listening.